Hello everybody, hope you are safe and sound, hope you are healthy at home. Now you know this is quarantine time and lockdown time, so I know all of you are missing the school, all of you are missing the classes. So let's start our tuition classes online now, okay? Now you have entered in class 9th and obviously it is considered as the higher classes. Okay, so from now onwards you have to concentrate in it. So I am Paranjoy and I am going to teach you chemistry, right? Okay, so the first chapter that we are going to study is the language of chemistry. The language of chemistry. Language of chemistry. Now first thing that I will ask you is that what is chemistry? What do you have, what idea do you have about chemistry? If I ask you, I know the answers will come, so it's something like chemical reaction, it's something like atoms, it's something like molecules. These are the words that are going to come in your mind. And one more thing that might come in your mind because of the previous experiences, that's something which has to be mugged up, which has to be remembered. It's absolutely not. Get that out from your mind, first of all. It's all about concept. It's all about concept. Okay? So if you have the concept clear, there is no problem of remembering the things. If you don't have the concept clear, then it will be very tough to remembering. Remembering though you have to do in every subject, there is no other alternative. But you must understand that, then the remembering will be very easy. Okay? So first of all, what is chemistry? You must understand that. What is chemistry? Chemistry is nothing but 3 letters. You know? One is C, one is S, and one is P. Just 3 letters. What are these 3 letters, you know? C means composition. C means composition. S means structure. I am coming to that. Structure. And P means properties. So what is chemistry? It's CSE. What is that? Composition. We study the composition of the substance. Composition means what is present in that particular substance. Suppose I am talking of water. What is present in water? In water, if I ask you, all of you will say, sir, hydrogen and oxygen are present. Yes, that's composition. Hydrogen and oxygen. Composition. Then structure. Okay, fine. How many hydrogen, how many oxygen are present in water? You know, there are 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen atom are present. You know that because you know the formula of it, that is H2O. Everybody knows it, everybody in the world knows it. So this is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen is present. Structure suggests us that how are they present? Are they present like this, HO, or are they present in some other way? That is studied in chemistry. How are they present? With what the other one is attached? Which one is attached with what? Yes, that is structure. And obviously the third point is what? The third point is properties. Properties, you know, can be of 2 types. One is physical properties, another one is chemical properties. So we study both physical and chemical properties in the branch of chemistry. Clear? So what is chemistry? Now let us tell what is chemistry. Anybody asks you in the world, you can very easily say now what is chemistry. What is chemistry? It's the branch of science where we study what? Where we study the composition, that means what is present, the structure, that is how are they present, and the properties, both physical and chemical properties of any substance. Clear? Very good. Now we are going to move to some terms which you must know. So this is what is, okay, before moving to some terms, let me just tell you that this is actually introduction part. Introduction part. Okay, and we know what is chemistry, but we must also know that chemistry is mainly subdivided into three branches. Mainly subdivided in three branches. Just at this moment we are going to know the names only, we are not going to know in detail. As we go to the higher classes, we are going to know about them in detail. The three sub branches are inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, and organic chemistry and physical chemistry. These are the three main branches of chemistry. Okay. Now we are going to know about certain terms. First of all, we must know about molecules. What do you understand by molecules? If I ask you, you might have studied in the lower class, and if I ask you, you can say the definition of it because you studied that, you remembered that, you can say it. But if I ask you, can you explain it? Very few of you can explain it. Let's come to there only. You must understand it. You must have your concept clear. Okay? Then there is no hesitation of writing the definition. You can write down the definition in your own sentence. No issues. But you must understand what is molecule. Okay, let's just take an example. Let us take a piece of chalk. A piece of chalk. Okay. Now this chalk has got certain properties. It is white in color. It can by which it can be. I mean, we can write it on the blackboard and so on and so forth. Okay, so much of properties are there. Now, if I break it into two pieces, will that properties be still there? Yes, they will be still there, right? If I break it into 4 pieces, still the properties will be there. 8 pieces, and so on and so on and so on. The properties of the chalk is still remaining. Till when this property will remain? Till it becomes a molecule. After that, if I break it, after that it cannot be broken, I won't say. After that, if I break it, the property of the chalk won't be remain. Okay. So this is molecule. Now let us define. It's very simple. Now let us define. It's the smallest part of the substance. It's the smallest part of the substance where the properties of the substance remain intact. The properties of the substance, all the properties of the substance remain intact. Is it clear? Now, if I break this further, now before that, you know what is chalk? Chemically, what is chalk? Chemically, chalk is nothing but calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. We write it like this. Anyway, we'll come to know about all these things. Calcium carbonate. This is the symbol of calcium, carbon, and oxygen. Okay, calcium carbonate. So here we are getting 1 molecule of calcium carbonate, 1 molecule of chalk. If I break it further, we are going to get something. Where the property of the substance is not remaining intact. Those are called the atoms. But it is not necessary that in all atoms the properties of the substance won't remain. For example, suppose if I take a piece of iron and break it into pieces, we will get a small piece of iron, which is actually the atom of iron, where all the properties of the iron will remain. So what is atom? Again, atom is also a small substance, or the smallest substance. Is the properties remaining? Sir, it is confusing. Why confusing? You can see in some cases the properties is remaining, in some cases the properties is not remaining. Yes? Simple. Don't make it complicated. It's also the smallest substance, where some cases the properties of the substance is remaining, in certain cases the properties of the substance is not remaining. So we are going to define it now. And one more thing, atoms are the one which are responsible for the chemical reaction. Okay? So let us define the atoms now. What is an atom? It's the smallest part of a substance. Smallest part of a substance where the properties of the substance may or may not remain same, and they means the atoms, take part in the chemical reaction. Fine. So that is the difference between the molecules and atoms. Next we are coming to pure substance. Pure substance. Pure substance is something which is only one type of substance. It can be an atom, it can be a molecule, it can be a compound. Okay, before pure substance we can know about compound. What is a compound? What is a compound? Compound. Okay, compound is actually produced from two or more than two atoms added by chemical reaction or formed by chemical reaction in a definite proportion. For example, if I ask you about H2O, it's a compound. Why it's a compound? Because it's produced from hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen in a fixed proportion of 2:1. If I ask you about H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, it is produced from hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. So here again in a fixed proportion 2:1:4. Okay, so these are compounds. Obviously these are also molecules. H2O is a molecule of water, H2SO4 is a molecule of sulfuric acid. So can I say that all compounds are molecules? But all molecules are certainly not compound, because H2 is also a molecule, but is it a compound? No, it is not a compound. H2 is not a compound. H2 is a molecule. Why it is not a compound? Because it is formed by only one type of element. And what is that element? It's H. Okay, it's H2. Okay, that's a hydrogen element. But it is produced from more than one elements by chemical reaction. That is why all compounds are molecules, but all molecules are certainly not compounds. Now, obviously, whenever I talked about elements, you must know about that also. What is the element? Elements are made up of one type of atom. Elements are made up of one type of atom. It may be only single atom, one atom, or it may be more than one atom, but the type is one type. For example, suppose iron is an element. Iron is an element. Okay, Fe, whenever I am writing Fe, it's an element, because only iron is there. If I write H2, that's also an element. Why? Because only hydrogen is there, but how many hydrogen is there? 2 are there. So it depends. It depends that how many atoms are there. But the type of atom will be one only. That is what is elements. Clear? And when more than one elements are combining in a different in the same proportion, in a definite proportion, they are forming the compound. Now pure substance. Pure substance is what? One type of substance. So where the identity of only one is there, which is the property of only one substance is found. For example, suppose if I ask about carbon dioxide, that's a pure substance because it has got some definite properties, so it is pure. Water is a pure substance. Any substance, any molecule, any compound, any molecule, any compound are the pure substances. Any element are the pure substances. Okay, next comes is mixture. Mixture. What is mixture? When two or more than two pure substances, are mixed in any proportion, are added in any proportion, they are called mixture. Two or more than two substances, pure substances, are added in any proportion, they are called mixture. For example, suppose, okay, now the mixture can be of two types. Let me just tell the division first. First type we call homogeneous mixture, and second type we call heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. Now what is homogeneous mixture? See, okay, fine. Okay, see, the ring I am wearing, if I ask you that what is that ring made of, most of you will say gold. But some of you must be knowing that it's not only made up of gold, some other elements, some other metals are also present here, right? For example, copper is present here. Tin is there. Some other metals are also there. But can you distinguish that this is copper, this is gold, this is tin? Can you say that? We can't distinguish it. That means they are mixed. This addition of these metals are done very uniformly. You cannot distinguish them. Okay? Okay, let us take another example. Suppose the air we are living in. It is made up of what? It is made up of oxygen is there, nitrogen is there, carbon dioxide is there, some other gases are also there. Can you say this is carbon dioxide, this is oxygen, this is nitrogen? Can you say that? No. Why not? Because these gases are all mixed so uniformly, you cannot distinguish that. That type of mixtures, but all have their individual properties remain in it. That type of substances are called homogeneous mixtures. Those type of mixtures are called the homogeneous mixture. So what is homogeneous mixture? When the substances added in any proportion are mixed uniformly, they are added uniformly so that none of the substances can be apparently viewed, okay, separately. Those are called homogeneous substances. And what is heterogeneous substances? Obviously the mixing or the addition at any proportion cannot be uniform. For example, suppose if I just add some sand in water and stir it, okay, what we are going to see? We are going to see that is added, but after some time you can see that the sand is there, water is there, okay, and we can very easily can separate, apparently can view that. Means they are not uniformly mixed, they are absolutely non-uniformly mixed. Those non-uniform mixtures are called heterogeneous mixture. Okay, I will come back to elements once again. Elements, because that's the basic thing you must know. Elements are what? Elements are the substances which are found in nature. 92 of them are found in nature and 26 of them are man-made. There are total 118 elements. Okay, these elements are made up of, what are these? These are made up of one type of atom. It can be one atom, it can be two atom, it can be three atom, it can be polyatom. Poly means many atom, but that is made up of one type of atom. And depending on the number of atom present in the element, they are subdivided in different categories, and that particular term by which they are categorized is called atomicity. So what is atomicity? It's nothing but the number of atoms present in a particular element. For example, if I write iron, if I talk about iron, it is only having one atom in its element. Those are called monoatomic. What is that? Monoatomic is nothing but iron. Just an example, iron. Okay, because it is present only as one atom. The element is present only as one atom. Diatomic means the element is present in two atoms, but obviously same atom. For example, hydrogen. It is present as two atoms. It is present as one atom. Iron is present as one atom. Hydrogen is present as two atoms. So that is why it is called diatomic. Triatomic means three atoms combined together is forming an element. For example, ozone. All of you have heard about it. There's nothing but oxygen, but how many oxygen? Three oxygen together. Tetraatomic. Tetra means four. Means four atoms together. Which element is there? Four atoms together, It's nothing but phosphorus. Okay? That is present as tetraatomic, P4. octaatomic. Octa means 8. Octaatomic. Octaatomic means 8. Means some element is there which are present. 8 elements are present. 8 atoms are present in the element. For example, sulfur. This is S8. Now, excepting monoatomic, all are called, in general, we call them as a polyatomic. Di, tri, tetra, octa, whatever is there, we call them as polyatomic. Okay? So, this is the basic of it. Now, today, what we studied, I am just going to recap it and we are going to end it over here till next class. So, what did we study? The language of chemistry is the chapter, the first chapter. The first thing we understood is that what is chemistry? What is chemistry? CSP. What is CSP? Composition, structure, properties. We study, this is the branch of science where we study the composition, that is what is present, structure, how are they present, and properties, both physical and chemical properties, okay, of the substance. Clear? Okay. Now the chemistry can be mainly subdivided into 3 branches I told: inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, and physical chemistry. Okay. Next comes is the definitions of certain terms, that is obviously the basic terms in chemistry. The first of all is molecules. What is molecules? It's the smallest substance where smallest part of a substance where the properties of the substance remains intact. What is atom? It's the smallest part of the substance where the properties of the substance may or may not remain intact, and these are the ones which are taking part in the reaction. What is the element? Element is made up of one type of atom. It may be one atom, it may be 2 atoms, it may be 3 atoms, but the type of atom is one. Depending on the number of atoms present, they can be divided or they can be categorized in different ways, and that is what is called atomicity. Monoatomic means only one atom is present in the element. Diatomic, 2 atoms are present in the element. Triatomic, tetraatomic, octaatomic. What is compound? Compound is formed by the combination, chemical combination. Combination means chemical combination. Chemical combination of 2 or more than 2 elements in a fixed proportion. Chemical combination of 2 or more than 2 elements in a fixed proportion. That is what is compound. So all compounds are molecules. All compounds are molecules. But all molecules are certainly not compounds. Okay? Not necessarily compounds. And lastly, what did we study? The mixture. What is mixture? When 2 or more than 2 substances, obviously before that we studied pure substance. Pure substance is what? Pure substance means either the compound or the molecule, okay, or the elements. These are the pure substances, means a particular type of substance where the purity is there. Now, what is mixture? Mixture can be of 2 types. What are the 2 types of mixture? One is homogeneous, one is heterogeneous, where 2 or more than 2 substances are added in any proportion is called mixture. If the addition of the 2 or more than 2 substances is uniform, so that we cannot discriminate it or we cannot apparently differentiate it, okay, then that type of mixtures are called what? That type of mixtures are called homogeneous mixture. And what is heterogeneous mixture? When the substances that is added to form the mixture are non-uniformly mixed, okay, means apparently only it can be very easily distinguished. Hope you understood the basic concepts of it. Next class we are going to advance with the next topic, that is symbols of the elements. But till then, to study this from the book, okay. If you have any confusion, you can always ask me, okay. Thank you so much.